Hey everyone, just a quick showcase of my virtual Active Directory lab built using Oracle VirtualBox with Windows Server 2019 and Windows 10. This is a fully working domain environment running locally on my machine, and it's perfect for testing and learning Active Directory, DNS and group policy. So this lab has two virtual machines. One is a domain controller running Windows Server 2019. The other is a client machine running Windows 10. And both are connected to a VirtualBox internal network for isolated communication. Here we are on the virtual machine running Server 2019. I'm going to open the DHCP tool here. As you can see, I created a new domain called mydomain.com and I promoted the server to a domain controller. I'm now going to show you the scope. It ranges from 100 to 200 and it has a lease time of 8 days. Which is quite long, but it's perfectly fine for this lab. And as you can see, the address leases contain the client 1 machine as it is connected to the server. So before I show off the client machine here, we're going to use the user and computers tool, and this can be used to view the admins and the users on the system. So in admins, obviously myself is an admin, and then the users tab, all these users were generated using, well, added using a PowerShell script, which I'll show off. Now it's time to show off the client machine, which is a instance of Windows 10 running again in Oracle VirtualBox. And as you can see from the sign in page, you can sign into the domain, my domain. So since we're an admin, we can just choose any user we want. So we'll choose Alloy, and the password for each user is the same. Obviously this isn't best practice, but it's handy in a safe lab environment so you don't forget any passwords. So we can log in here, and since it's the first time we've logged in on this account, it's going to take a while. So I'll cut this out. We're on the client machine now, and as you can see, we're connected to the internet through my domain. So we're now going to log off the client machine, and I'm going to show you a pretty cool example of group policy in action. For this demo, we'll be removing a user's access to Task Manager, which is a function that you can access with Control-Delete that shows how much RAM and CPU your machine is using. And this is just to demonstrate how permissions can be controlled. Firstly, we'll create a new group using the Users and Computers tool. We'll name this group No Task Manager. As you can see, the group has now been created. Next, we need to choose a user whose Task Manager access we want to remove. We'll use a user named abargo. We'll go ahead and add abargo to the group we just created, No Task Manager. Now, using the group management tool, we're going to create a new organizational unit, or OU, and we'll call it restricted users. Heading back to users and computers, we refresh the view, and there's our new OU, restricted users. Next, we go back to the users section, find abargo, and drag and drop him into the restricted users organizational unit. Now it's time to apply the policy. In the group policy management tool, we create a new group policy object, or GPO. And we'll name it Disable Task Manager. With that created, we need to edit the GPO to make it do what we want. So we go to Administrative Templates, System, and then Control-Delete options. And then we click on Remove Task Manager. We check the Enable box, click Apply, and then hit OK. To demonstrate that the policy is working, I'll first log in as our unrestricted user, Alloy, on the client machine. Using VirtualBox, I press the Control-Delete input, and you can see that Task Manager is available for Alloy. Now let's log out and log in as a restricted user embargo. Again, I input Control Delete, and you'll notice Task Manager is no longer available. And that's a quick demonstration of how to use group policy to restrict user permissions, in this case disabling Task Manager for a specific user. This is the PowerShell script that was mentioned earlier in the video. More information on it down below, and then there's an overview of the entire system that can give a pretty clear view of how it works. Hope you enjoyed the video, and comment if you want more.